Hi guys, this is Shreyas and today I will be talking about transmission media in networking. First, let us understand what is transmission media. Transmission media is a communication channel that carries the information from sender to the receiver. Data is transmitted through electromagnetic signals. The main functionality of the transmission media is to carry the information in the form of bits. Under transmission media, we have two types. One is guided media and the other one is unguided media. Let us understand what is guided media. Guided media, which are those that provide a conduit from one device to another, include twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. First, twisted pair cable were among the earliest guided transmission media, along with coaxial cable. Today, twisted pair cables are used in many applications in networking and communication. For example, telephone lines, digital subscriber lines, and local area networks. Here you can see that twisted pair cables are used in RJ45 cables. There are two types of twisted pair cables. One is UTP, which is unshielded twisted pair cable, and the other one is STP, which is shielded twisted pair cable. Up next, we have the coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is a type of copper cable specially built with a metal shield and other components engineered to block signal interference. It is primarily used by cable TV companies to connect their satellites, antennas, facilities to the customer home and businesses. Here you can see how a coaxial cable looks up close. The center of the core is made up of copper, which has multiple layers of shielding to eliminate noise during transmission. Now we have the most popular of all of these, that is fiber optic cables. Fiber optic cables is used for long distance and high performance data networking. It is also commonly used in telecommunication services such as internet, television, and telephone lines. Fiber optic cables transmit data via fast traveling pulses of light. Another layer of glass called cladding is wrapped around the central fiber and causes light to repeatedly bounce off the walls of the cable rather than leak out at the edges, enabling the signal to go further without attenuation. This is how a fiber optic cable looks from the inside. It has multiple layers to protect the core from the external factors. So now we are done with guided media. Up next, we have the unguided media. Unguided media transport electromagnetic waves without using a physical conductor. This type of communication is often referred to as wireless communication. We will be discussing three ways of unguided transmission medium, that is, radio waves, microwaves, and infrared waves. Before we talk about these, let us first understand what is propagation medium. There are basically three types of propagation medium: ground propagation, which is below 2 MHz, sky propagation, which is about 2 to 30 MHz, line of sight propagation, which is above 30 MHz. Now, let us talk about radio waves. Before we talk about radio waves, let us first observe the diagram here. As you can observe, radio waves lies the furthermost left of the spectral diagram. Radio waves are used for multicast communications such as radio, television, and paging system. They can penetrate through walls. They are also highly regulated. Now, let us talk about microwaves. Before we talk about microwaves, let us again observe the diagram here. As you can observe that in the spectral diagram, microwaves lies right next to radio waves. Microwaves are used for unicast communication such as cellular telephones, satellite networks, and wireless LANs. High frequency ranges cannot penetrate through walls. They are used in directional antennas, point-to-point line of sight communication. Now, let us talk about infrared waves. Now again, let's observe the spectral diagram here. We can observe that infrared waves lies right next to the microwaves. Infrared signals can be used for short-range communication in a closed area using line-of-sight propagation. Infrared is used in a variety of applications. Amongst the most well-known are heat sensors, thermal imaging, and night vision equipment. This is all for unguided media. Thank you.